Welcome to another episode of Juggernaut's Thoughts. Today's is going to be on the Flint water crisis. There's 100,000 people that live there. It was 200,000 20 years ago, but slowly decreasing. And they've been lead poisoned through their drinking water for the last few years. How it all kind of started was the Republican governor, Rick Snyder. He nullified the free elections and dismantled the city council pretty much, and then basically employed one of his friends to run the gaff. And to save a little bit of money, or to make a little bit of money, they decided to shut off the water supply from Lake Huron, which was where it was before, and then into the Flint River, which is toxic. Absolutely shocking. This has been going on for a few years now, and then to kind of sum up that whole country in a nutshell, or how it's run, however, is they're now making a film about it. Woohoo! Come on, get your fucking tickets. Starring the one and only.
No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through.
Can you believe it?
Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after love?
I can feel something inside myself. I really don't think I'm strong enough, no. Do you believe in life after lead? So here's a few facts to note on the whole situation. Well, firstly, the media have been painting a narrative, or to make it seem less of a catastrophe, by, I don't know how it makes it any less of a catastrophe, but it's their way of dealing with these kind of things, by saying that they never got their water from Lake Huron and they actually got it from Detroit. Well, that's a complete lie. Actually, they had their water taken to Detroit's water plant to have it treated and then sent back to Flint. So, not that that makes it any better, because they're still not getting clean water, but there we go. That's just, if the media are making these things up, then obviously that's just a small thing in the cog of just all these lies, because why are you lying about that? What's the point? Shockingly, the worst thing about it is that there have been deaths. We've had about 70 cases of people being very, very violently ill. There's a thing called Legionnaire's disease, which 10 people have died in the last 2 years in Flint, and no one had died before. So it's obviously put two and two together and realise that the toxins in the water are killing children. And there's been an estimated 15 more toxins found in the water. So these are going to have repercussions and long-term effects on the people of the city. And it's just quite shocking how this is just getting blown over when people are actually dying. Children are dying. As well as the children dying, the people's house prices have obviously, their valuations have gone down tenfold. These people weren't massively rich people before, and now they're losing the value of their house. So the kids are violently ill / dying, and then their house prices are violently ill or / dying. It's estimated to be £2.4 billion worth of property lost in Flint over the last 2 years, which is an absolute crazy statistic when the only people that are making the money are the Rick Snyders and his little governor's office. As well as that, your kids are dying, your house prices are going down, because people were leaving the city. The Pentagon decided that the military could actually use parts of Flint as military practice. They took out unannounced military exercises with bombs and guns, and literally used the fucking town as target practice. which, you know, to add insult into injury, is we're just going to blow up next door's fucking garage up, mate. But the most comical / shocking is that General Motors have got a plant in Flint. Well, after a few months of the pipe being changed to the Flint River and the toxic water, the CEO of General Motors complained that when people were washing car parts on the assembly line, it was corroding them. Then obviously, they lost money out of it, and Rick Snyder decided to hook them up with a what I call a VIP pipeline. Hook them up 440 k's worth of a VIP pipeline, and so thus for the only place in the whole of Flint having fresh water was General Motors. Well, like, can you imagine how that happened? Can you imagine, like, I've got a complaint, Rick, I've got a complaint. What? Why are you having your belly? I've got bellyache from all this water I'm drinking, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. This chassis melting. So I'm not having a go at Cher. She stars in the film. I just think it's a sign of the times, basically. She was handing out bottles of water there a few months ago, and I just don't see that's a solution to the problem, handing out bottles of water, especially as that bottle of the water was probably pulled out of Lake Huron and then pumped with chemicals and then sold back to them. But just handing out bottles of water doesn't cut the mustard. She's had how many times has she released her greatest hits? Probably about 15 times. She ain't had a song in 20 years. So she's got enough money to hook them up with her own little pipeline if she's gonna, you know, go on about how much she supports them, because she doesn't. She just hands out a few bottles of Buxom. I don't like. And then which celebrity's there tomorrow? Because there isn't going to be one, is there? You know, when my kid's in the corner and sweating and cramping, she's got more lead inside her than a HB pencil. And you know, who's coming tomorrow? We've got Madonna. Is Madonna bringing some bloody bottles of Buxom or what? There's just madness. So all you can do is just share the knowledge. If you see articles and things like that on it, tell people, because people need to know how corrupt that bloody government is. And don't go and see the frickin' film. Don't go and see it, because they ain't going to give any of their bloody profits to the people of Flint, are they? That's not going to happen. So what I'll do, if we're honest, is I'll download it illegally. But yeah, don't go and watch films like that. If you know it's full of crap and they're just trying to make money out of it. Cher don't care about the people, does she? She's going to be releasing her greatest hits for the 26th time now, and she wants a few extra thousand sales on it. That's all it is. So she'll be in the Washington Post handing out bottles of water. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. This is Juggernaut's Thoughts. Take care. Share if you like. Have a good one.